Okay, folks, well, hey, welcome back. Nathan DeVouvier here from Creative Maple. Really looking forward to sharing with you our 6-month review. We have been on Etsy now for 6 months. It has been a wonderful roller coaster of an adventure. It's not my only place that I sell, but it is becoming one of those things that I find more and more useful in my business, and I'm looking forward to utilizing it more and more and more, and I will show you why. Owning a business comes with a ton of responsibility. If you're watching this, I don't need to tell you that. You're just wearing many hats all the time. Right now, every business has at least some online presence, and if you're on Etsy, that is likely your primary presence, and if it isn't, then you are already familiar with many of the things that go into having an online shop or an online store. When I started my journey, I decided I would master at least one online platform. Like I said, I'd been doing stuff elsewhere, jobs here and there, little custom jobs and things like that, but I wanted to reach a broader audience, and I felt like Etsy was the best platform for me, and there are a number of reasons why, and I'll share a couple of them. First of all, they have name recognition. Everybody knows Etsy, you've heard it, you've even seen the commercials for it. The other reason is it's actually a built-in search engine all by itself, just a huge search engine, all built around connecting a potential customer with a product that they might need or want. Okay, so the first thing was I was learning new things, like tons of new things. Um, Basically, learning Etsy is a huge master course. Learning Etsy and all the other pieces that surround it has been a huge journey and a lot of information to take in a short amount of time. A couple of key things. First of all, things under $100 sell better. So unless you are creating something from scratch, meaning a custom piece for this person, you are always trying to present to that person something that they didn't know they needed or didn't know they wanted. And that was a difficult exercise for me to get in the mindset of a customer. But Etsy luckily helps you do that through the setup of each item and through search engine optimization. Complete product descriptions are everything. Search engine optimization, or SEO, is always changing. Be ready to change your search engine keywords. Be ready to change, adjust, 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 adjust. You will want to go in and you will want to change things over and over and over again. Those were the really quick key points. There are lots of other people out there who talk about the ins and outs of the Etsy SEO and the Etsy algorithm. You need to check those out. Like I said, there's a lot of learning to do, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. The other piece to this was dialing in on a product. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. This is where it can be a little bit difficult, because as a woodworker, as any artist, I put my sweat and blood into what I make, and I'm proud of it. There are a lot of things that are in our house that I am proud of, and while I probably should get rid of them so I can make some more room for some other thing that I've made, I don't want to, because I have an attachment to that item. This is a different story. Get rid of all of the sentimentality about it, and you need to start thinking like a business person. Because when you're creating a product, you need to be willing to set the entire thing aside. You need to be willing to scrap the entire project. I started out with several product ideas, and I scrapped a number of them through the process. First of all, I set out a set of parameters for myself because I wanted to focus on learning, and I wanted to focus on ages 3 and up. Concentrating on ages 3 and up presents a lot of challenges in and of itself. So here was my checklist of things, of what I wanted to make sure that I was providing in my product, or setting aside in my product, or accounting for in my product development as I was going along. First of all was safety. Has to be safe. Second of all, ease of use, because these are potentially 3-year-olds who are going to be using it. I know that my 3-year-old has used it, so I wanted to make sure that it was safe for them to use, didn't present a choking hazard, didn't present a fall hazard, wasn't going to break on them, wasn't going to be an issue of, causing them any scrapes, bruises, bumps, or anything. I have a 3-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and they find ways to bump and scrape and bruise themselves that I didn't even think was possible. That being said, I needed to eliminate as much of that safety issue as possible. Also, I needed clear directions, not just for the young children using this, but for the adult, who likely is going to be juggling a lot of different things at the same time. In our household, there's always something else going on. Even when we're focusing on one thing, there's always something else going on. So, are the directions easy to read, and can a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor, can anyone sit down, take a look at it, and understand? If that's possible, then I've accomplished that goal. The item had to be sturdy and robust. It needs to be light enough to be carried by a toddler. It also needs to be soft enough that it's not going to hurt them if they should fall on it or whatever a toddler does. That was a pretty steep climb. And I started out with several product ideas, and I scrapped a number of them through the process. In addition to the learning and kids aspect of my Etsy shop, the other products that I'm selling in my Etsy shop are basically surrounding home goods. These are items like signs and custom signs and cutting boards with customizations and a variety of other things that that people can get. They don't take a whole lot of time for me to create, and they don't take a whole lot of energy for me to do, but they bring a decent amount of money, and they're things that people need on a regular basis. I've told you why I created everything. I told you what I wanted out of it. And I will tell you that my first month I made $0. My second month I made $0. Then I learned about search engine optimization. I told you it was important. Then I started to make some sales. I made a couple of sales to some people that I knew as acquaintances, but then I also started to get sales to a couple people outside. And that was primarily by dialing in on this search engine optimization. In my third month, I had made some sales. My fourth month was November. So in November, it was Thanksgiving and it was Black Friday, and I was gearing up. I was prepared for that. I wanted to make sure that I had products in the line for anybody who was searching for something for the holiday season. So I made sure that I was ready to go with my product descriptions updated specifically for the holiday. We sold several items and had a great month. And then December came and we had an even better month. And after December, January hit and it was slowing down. And here we are, and we're still in January. And this is the 6th month of being up and running. And things are really slowed down at the very beginning of the month. But then just about a week ago, things started to pick up significantly. And I was afraid that I was going to have my worst month that I've had in a couple of months. It turns out that we're on track to have a really great month if things keep moving the way they are. I added a couple of new products to my product line, and I eliminated some things from our products in order to just get rid of things that didn't matter. One, nobody was buying them. I had products on there that nobody bought. After a couple months of something being up there that nobody's purchased, if you have dialed in on the SEO, if your SEO is correct, then it's just that people aren't interested. But it also could be that maybe there's somebody interested, but your SEO is wrong, and you just got your search engine optimization just wrong. So you need to make sure that you're updating those keywords. After a couple months of tweaking those keywords and really trying to dial in on that, I finally said, enough is enough. It's time to get rid of these products. So just got rid of them. It's not worth having too many things on your Etsy page, especially if they are going to cause you to stop what you're doing and set up the shop differently. That's a whole other video, and we're going to talk about manufacturing as well. So look for that in a future video, because setting up your shop for what you're gearing toward is probably the #1 thing in making sure that your customers are happy. All right, so let's stop there. That's going to be a later video. But anyway, continuing to tweak your product line is super important. And also continuing to tweak those items that you are developing, making sure that with every single product that you put out, you are doing the same thing you did with your first product. You are focusing in on a small group of people who are going to give you honest feedback. You are asking those open-ended questions. You are making sure that the way that you think that they're going to use this product is in fact the way that it's going to be used. And man, you just want to make sure that it's reaching the broadest group of people possible. I'm still in the process of doing this. My failures have come in not being up to speed on my SEO. And in fact, my first 2 months of no sales bore that out. And I will also say that even with that, my shop is still slow and our revenue is not huge. In fact, our revenue is nothing right now because, as you know, with starting a business, there's a fair amount of overhead. I hope that you can see that being 6 months in, nothing is perfect. Still dialing in, still making it happen. My revenue is at least steadily climbing upward, but I expect that I will see continued growth in the future as long as I'm willing to tweak my keywords, make sure that I'm updating my descriptions and my titles for the season that we're in, and making sure that every product that I develop from here on out is always developed in the same careful and considerate way of pulling in ideas from everyone else so I can make it the best possible, most desirable product that can be on Etsy. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Good luck to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, hey, by the way, don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notifications on any other videos that we're putting out there. All right, we'll see you the next time.